first off, I think the first phase of this process is what you described. It's asking those questions that evoke the vision or the desire of what you want to create. These simple questions. Like, are there areas of my life right now that I feel called to create something new and different, be more, fix, whatever language may come around that? Like, where are those focus areas? Cool. Figure those out. And we know them. They're the things that are kind of nagging on our heart to want to do more and lean into. Like, it's the core of our being. Like, it's not something we necessarily need to think too hard about, but sometimes we may. And then connecting with that. And the second step I would say is connecting your feeling to that. Like, really being able to feel into what happens and what is experience like when that is created. And this is like connecting this powerful emotive center that we have to this vision of what we may create. And you're in many ways, it's as simple as saying you're connecting the mind and the heart into these two things. And now you have a team that can go. But that team needs to manifest in the physical world. And this is largely one way to do it as effective prayer is daily action. Like, action in the direction of this mind-heart's creation is the prayer that brings that forward. It's aligned intention and action. And so then it begs the question, and this is the ultimate question with whatever you want to create in life: how do you consistently take actions every day in some way that is moving you in the direction of this? Because like, life on this planet is organized, very structured. We have a sun and a moon and earth, and it creates length of days, and there's rhythm to it. And so like, every day we get up, we have this slate of experience that can be used with conscious intention to create. And then as we're doing this, there's also all the other things in our lives. Our families, some of the responsibilities and connections that we have into society, like paying the bills, like whatever that stuff is that keeps on rolling. And so the way to create things is to get good at the habits and the practices of consistent daily action, and managing momentum, managing energy and motion. And let's talk particularly about fitness. To get healthy, if you have an entire year, the way to get healthy is not to go hard in the paint for 60 days and then to the next 300 days do nothing because that was too intense, didn't work out. But if you could have 300 days you were healthy, 60 days that were not as quote unquote optimal on the plan, and those were sprinkled out throughout the year with energy and momentum managed in a particular direction, that is a very, very different energetic flow than start-stop. And so because of just the nature of our largely busy, connected lives, we need to be strategic about our schedules, the times we get things done, and getting very clear and focused on like the written down goals and actions that align with this creation vision. A couple practical things. I mean, if you're looking to create something and be more dedicated to your goals, at least once a day, maybe even morning and evening, would be to sit down in a meditative position with a straight spine, and to practice some meditation to make the mind one-pointed, and then also to spend a little bit of the time in that state to feel into what you want to create. The reason I think that's a good practice at the tail ends of your days is that it creates a little anchor of like more awareness and more powerful conscious energy that you carry throughout the action part of your day. And then during the day, it's kind of simple. You've written down on a piece of paper like the 5 to 10 things that are important to get done during that week, and you're finding the time to check the boxes, and you're just moving action forward. And now it sounds like almost simple and trite to describe that, because is that not like what we do every single day of our lives? But I think that's really how it happens. Like things will happen serendipitously, where you'll be looking for something and you'll get that exact email or that exact call or that exact introduction, where all this is moving in alignment. It's not all done off the backbone of your exact hand effort, but that hand effort is a part of this prayer and motion forward for this. And I suppose the other thing is, like, you have to set aside expectations of time, set aside expectations of necessarily how fast things happen, and be authentically in the flow of creation and allow it to happen whenever it does. Like, and it's not to say don't set goals, because I think they are. Goals as destinations, and like as checkpoints and container structures are like can be very good. Yeah, I'll pause there, but like I think those are some things I definitely think are important on that front.
Absolutely, those are amazing.
A written journal, like physical written journal, I think is like a really practical tool where someone has like a to-do list, a little recap, reflection stuff like that. These are like the tools that help us manage this momentum and our productive momentum energy. So it's like we have creative energy in us, like this Jing energy that they may say in like Chinese medicine.
Yeah.
And like, how can we make sure we're channeling that in the productive way and not allowing it to be dissipated and fizzled out by other things? But we're also not ruthlessly focused on this, the ignorance of all of this, like integrated.